Hello everyone, today we have new video review and this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Miniart. And as you can see, it comes in a 1/35 scale. It's actually a figurine set, and here we have British soldiers in a coffee. So it might be an interesting choice for a diorama scene, and you might even use these figurines only, and then it will be, I would say, unusual project from all these military scenes which we are used to see. And that's why I decided to take a closer look. We have a commercial sample here, so it means you will get exactly the same stuff as what you'll see in this video review. And you can get it, for example, right now in Modelimex webshop. So the kit number, as I said, 35392. The box size is typical for this brand. So here you can see comparison with my hand. We have 3 figurines inside in a classic 1/35 scale. Here on the side you will find some safety information, while on the opposite side you can see 2 other kits in the same scale and also some safety information again and information about the manufacturer. If I flip it over here, we have the marking guide and also assembly manual for chairs and the table in case you won't guess how to do it. And of course the marking guide here, as you can see, it combines also the assembly manual, so you'll know how to assemble these guys, and it might be quite an interesting thing to do. Of course they should be pre-shaped. We will see it a bit further in the video review. And here I'm showing the colors chart. It's given in several manufacturer designations, so it's actually quite a handy feature. And I always say before, I mean, if you dump the boxes after you build the figurines, always cut out this colors chart. They're really handy conversion tables in your future builds. So this is a side opening box. Just give me a second to do so, to open it. And here's what we have inside. So all figurines are packed or sealed into one bag, and I'm going to cut through it right now and we will check closer what is actually included here. But what I like from Miniart or with Miniart figurine releases, that they try to experiment with the topics. So we do not get only the military figures, or we get the military figures in some unusual settings. So it's not like everything is focused on the war only, and that's really cool, especially today. So that's why I think that this scene which is offered here might be also an interesting choice to replicate. So now I'm trying to take out the... okay, plastic bag is torn a bit. Nevertheless, I took out the plastic parts. I would like to start with this clear sprue, because here we have the glasses for the wine and beer. So here you can check them closer. And these are clear parts, but obviously you can paint them with the clear plastic and you can get the different color of the glass. And it might be important for some ideas, but it's really cool that they're actually transparent. They give you a variety. They give you the choice of what you actually get. So that's a welcome thing. Next we continue with the first gray plastic sprue. So here we have the first soldier, as far as you can see, and overall design is typical for 1/35 scale. There is nothing unusual, I would say. We have the pose predefined, as I said before, and there are no guiding elements. If I flip it over, you can see from the opposite side that this let's say connection points, they're plain, so you have to be careful while combining all of this stuff together. And maybe I can bring closer the head part so you can see the facial features. So the sculpting quality is really good out of the box. Let's not forget that this is a plastic kit, this is not a resin kit. That's why it's even more appreciated what we get here. Next we continue with another figurine. So this one actually has the beer glass actually in the hand. So you get it pre-molded with hand and you won't be able to change it, so he is by default with a beer. Nevertheless, again, really nice sculpting quality. If I flip it over here, you can check the parts from the opposite side. And the only thing which you can play here maybe to vary a bit the shading on the clothes, or maybe to change the uniform. Who knows, maybe it's possible to do it in this setting. Next we continue with the waiter figurine. As you remember, he is also included. So he is supplied on a bit larger sprue. So here we have a bit of flash on some parts, but I think it's not a serious issue. Note that also waiter has the cup in his hand, just like on the box art. And if I flip it over, Here you can see that legs will be hidden behind apron, so this is also quite a neat feature because it will help you to speed up the assembly process in the frontal section. It will be barely visible that legs are separate here. Okay, so these are all the figures. As you remember, we have only 3 guys here. Nevertheless, we have also the furniture. That's why we had the assembly manual on the rear side of the box. So here we get the table, 2 chairs, and that's pretty much all as far as I remember. Nevertheless, it's enough for a nice diorama scene. And as you can see, chair backs and also legs, they are pre-molded. That's the frontal section, so you'll have to join them together. And that's obviously the seat plate, which will be installed on the top. These are the 3 parts for the table. And I think it might be a wise idea also to play with some weathering on all of these elements, because this way you will make them a bit more interesting in a visual way, and of course it will add a bit of realism to your project. By the way, note the details on the leg of the table, just like on the antique tables. Here we also have various features which are pre-molded. Maybe I will bring it closer like this so that you can understand what I'm talking about. So this is a really neat attention to the small details, and I think it will look good in the finished project. Just be sure to vary a bit the color shading. I think it will also play a good thing to the overall appearance of these items. Even though they might look like a simple chair and table, still it will depend also on your painting skills, because you might just paint it brown, or you can try to copy the wooden texture. And as far as you can see, and maybe I can remind you, here on the box art, the table is also quite I would say complex. It's not just a plain slab of the brown wood, so that's why I recommend to play a bit with your painting techniques and skills in order to bring out this feature to a bit more convincing appearance. Here we continue with the last gray plastic sprue. So again, as you remember on the box art, we have figurines with the rifle. So here I will show it. He actually holds it in hand, so that's why it will be important to place this rifle in the right position so that it will look convincing in the hands of the figurine. Nevertheless, these items look really good because they're molded as a single piece parts. It will actually make it easier to paint them, but there are no belts included, even in form of the P parts. So again, returning to the box art, as you can see, there is a belt in the box art. And if I flip it over here on the assembly manual, we do not have any tip on how to replicate it, but obviously my first guess would be to do so with the masking tape, but it's your build. You can choose something different. Who knows, maybe you have some other ideas. Feel free to write in the comment section. As for the whole review, whole kit or whole set, it should be already available. As I said, you can get it in Modelimex webshop together with other Miniart kits. And of course, I will be happy to hear your opinion about this release. Do not forget to write it here in the comment section below. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I will see you in the next video review as usual. Thank you for joining me today, and bye.